What's up, ladies? It is Hype Me Up Friday here in the CEO District. It is your girl, K. Marie. Y'all know me as Keisha Spencer, but I'm also known as Coach K. Marie. Welcome to Hype Me Up Friday. Listen, go ahead and share this broadcast. Go ahead and tag your business bestie in this broadcast because, listen, we better get hyped tonight here in the CEO District. Y'all know what time it is. It is Hype Me Up Friday. Hey, sis. Come on in. Come on in. Hey. It is business week here in the CEO District, and I come to hype y'all up about business. So listen, ladies, go ahead and share this everywhere you can, because it's about to go down. And I have a special guest on here tonight. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and say welcome to all of the beautiful ladies of the CEO District. Welcome to all of the new members that have just joined us. Listen, we're going into the second half of the year. So if you are new to the CEO District, now it's time to get plugged in because we got some great things that are about to happen. And first and foremost, I just want to kind of go back over this week, y'all. I know you all have been missing out on some of the broadcasts. Please go back and watch the broadcast. I Shine Podcast had an awesome interview the other night, and I'm not going to even tell y'all about it. I really want y'all to go back and see it because y'all know when whoever Angela A. Love Lewis has on the I Shine podcast is the bomb, because I mean that's all we want to deal with, right? We want to deal with like-minded women, like spirited women that are bossing up in their personal lives as well as their business. And so this week is business week, and I came to hype y'all up about business. But I also want to tell y'all a few good things that are going on here in the district, just in case some of you all have not seen it on the timeline. Make sure that in July, you do not miss the next networking brunch, because this month, June 26th, the CEO networking brunch is sold out, and we're calling this our brunchiversary, okay? Because it is our 1 year brunchiversary, not anniversary, but brunchiversary, and it's gonna be hosted by our very own Kelly A. Bowens. So you don't want to miss the next brunch in July. Make sure you are just keeping up with what's going on the timeline. We're gonna do our best to keep reminding y'all so that y'all don't miss out. But if you did miss out on this opportunity, we have another opportunity to just meet up. It's no pressure, but we would love to see your face. We're having a girls' night out. Okay, this is the concert edition. You got Rakeem, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick. Listen, y'all, if you're in the Atlanta area on July 2nd at 6 p.m., we are getting together over here at the wonderful Maple. Listen, this amphitheater around the corner. I can't wait, because who don't need a girls' night out? I know y'all do, especially after a long, hard week. Some of you all are entrepreneurs. Some of you all are working, these strenuous careers that takes a lot of your time. So you want to get out and have a nice night out with your girlfriends. And listen, turn up, because listen, we're gonna paint the yard with these red lips. They're gonna know the CEO District did not come to play, and everybody's gonna want to know who are those girls, because y'all know when we get together, it's a party, and it's a business party, but it's a party because we like to have our social as well as our business and wealth, and of course taking care of our health. That's number one priority, but everybody needs a chance to unwind. Speaking of unwinding, coming very, very soon to the CEO District is Wind Down Wednesdays. And listen, ladies, I will be hosting Wind Down Wednesdays every other Wednesday, and I will be looking for some of you all to join me on Wind Down Wednesday just to have girl talk, to wind down, to let go, let some of the stress of your day off, and drink a glass of wine and let's just talk. So listen, be looking for that. And also, listen, again, I'm going back to A. Love Lewis with A&M publishing the I Shine magazine. Y'all, please go and subscribe right now. It was posted earlier. Please go back and watch it. It is the full spread of the iSham magazine, and the CEO Now section of the magazine is really popping out. And I'm featured in it along with our very own Jaria, and there is Kelly Corner. Listen, y'all, it's dope. It's real dope. It's real nice. Shout out to A&M Publishing, iSham Magazine. Shout out to A. Love Lewis. Shout out to Kelly A. Bones. Shout out to the visionaries that's going to get you visibility and all of that good stuff. So speaking of some bad women here in the CEO district, I want to introduce you all tonight to one of my favorites. Listen, okay, Angela Lewis just put the link in the chat, so make sure you are looking at the timeline so you can get that visibility that you need, and also subscribe to the iShine magazine because you can be on the next cover. It's Father's Day month, and so it's dedicated a lot to our men because we got some good men out here too. Even though we're all about women empowerment, but let's just be real. None of us want to be alone. We want a man that matches our fly, that matches our ambition, that encourages us, that compliments us, that builds us up. So, shout out to the fathers. Happy early Father's Day. We love y'all too, because I know some of y'all be tuned in when we share it on the different broadcasts, because we be talking about stuff that's good. But let me get back into it, y'all. So tonight I got my favorite Miss Florence Chambliss in the building, and we're just gonna talk business tonight. We're not gonna keep y'all very long, but we want to leave you with something before you tune off or log off for tonight. We want you all to take whatever you hear on tonight and let it inspire you to continue to grow in your business. So without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Miss Florence.
Hey.
Listen, I did not give a formal introduction because nobody can introduce themselves like themselves. So tell the people who you are and a little bit about what it is that you do.
Okay, well, I'm Florence Chambliss. I am the owner of Germa Pro. I have a sanitation business. I also have my landlord. I started out in properties a long time ago, so I've been in the landlord real estate game for a long time, and that company is called Hope Holdings. And my favorite of all is my nonprofit organization. It's called Limitless Education and Training, where we help individuals grow in business, starting out business. We help invest, just getting people started in, helping people with business longevity. So that's a little bit about business.
Listen, and so I wanted to talk to you about your nonprofit. I think that's really cool because I didn't know, I knew you were doing something, but I didn't know exactly what it was. And so I started seeing, some of our sisters graduating and getting ready to get that, some of them already in business, some of them just adding to, and it's just an awesome thing to see, women in business continuing to grow their business and continuing to sometimes we get to a certain place in our business and we don't think that we can get any better, or some of us just be so stuck and don't want to learn anything new or the way somebody else may see for it to be done. And so to see women of all ages continuing to educate themselves is a beautiful thing. So tell me a little bit about why you started this?
Well, I've always business is everywhere, and that's something I've always been into. When I was in high school, I wrote out a business plan, and I knew I wanted to go to college for business. However, when I got there, I changed my mind real quick because I wanted to get out. I graduated from Florida A&M with a degree in public relations, but business was just something that I've always wanted to do. So I worked for a couple of corporations for quite a while, and actually, I worked for Taco Bell Corporation, and they allowed such autonomy that I was able to learn actually how to operate a business. So after that, I opened up a daycare center. I had a catering business, and I had a daycare for about 15 years. And as I was going, I've always had a desire and always talked to people. If they said, "Oh, I like cleaning," or "I like doing this," I'll tell them, "Well, you should start a business. You should start." I was always just telling people, "Hey, you should start a business." And then one day I realized the main reason people don't do it is because a lot of times they're just afraid.
Come
And they
on.
think they may not have what it takes in order to succeed, or it could be something simple, and they just really think they can't do it. So I finally, after about 3 years of thinking about it, I can even give a lot of the credit to CEO District. When I met you all last July at the conference in Miami, I was really motivated. I mean, I had already had the nonprofit in place. It was just there. I was consistently in the state of saying what I want to do, but not doing it. And just through taking the classes, I mean, I had all the content, everything there. I just hadn't been doing it, but just taking the classes, the education, the classes that you all were teaching, different people meeting, being inspired from women in the CEO district, it propelled me to just, okay, get it together. You already have everything. Let's get started. So, like I said, I had the nonprofit in place for several years, but actually last year I went on and started teaching classes, and it has been, I mean, it's been such a blessing. A lot of the women that have been in the classes, like I said, were afraid. So what we do, one class I teach is a 14-week class, and we know it doesn't take 14 weeks to start a business. But when you're starting from the ground up, we go through processes where we debunk fears. We find out what you want to do, what your passion is, and also understanding this one may not work. It doesn't mean you can't start another one. So once
Right.
we start talking about why, we start talking about who in your family can help. We start talking about, if you're a baker, do you really want to just bake, or do you actually need a business partner? So we just kind of line women up together with investors if they need investors. And we just go forward from there. And it is, like I said, it's really been a blessing. I mean, getting the testimonials from people saying, I never would have done this had you not, started this class or encouraged me. So it has really and truly been a blessing just to get that started.
Well, I'm glad that, you know, you were inspired by the CEO district, because like sometimes like the same thing happened with me when I was starting my nonprofit. I went out and I got my name trademark. I went out and got my business license. And to be honest, I had no direction for my nonprofit. And so it was like, I was in this transitional stage in my life where I was trying to get better as far as my health.
Okay.
And so I was thinking that was the direction that my nonprofit was going to go in terms of physical health. However, when the vision came to me, it was more of, it was no longer just my assignment. It was what God had wanted me to do, to transition to more of the mental health. And so, it took for me to get into a group of entrepreneurs and us to start talking about business and vision and things like that, in order for me to see exactly how I wanted to structure my nonprofit. And then when I came into the CEO district, it was just like, you know what? I finally found my tribe. Like, I finally found people that understand, what I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to go, and it's just a joy to be inspired by people around you. So, who would you say has inspired you in your journey of becoming an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur almost?
Oh, definitely. I would give that credit to my grandmother. My grandmother is 87 years old. I was just telling someone she has lived what I consider a full life. She has Alzheimer's now. She doesn't remember what she's done, but she has made a major impact in so many lives. She's the first person that took me to a bank and showed me what a safe deposit box was. She owned an apartment complex, and she was a nurse by trade, but she definitely believed in having your own business and being able to secure your own future and have your own path. She traveled the world, just that freedom that comes along with entrepreneurship. So it was definitely my grandmother in terms of that. And she's been very instrumental. I mean, she's helped me with several businesses that I had, but yeah, it's been my grandmother.
And you know what? Grandmothers are a joy. Like, especially to have one that inspires you.
Oh, yeah.
Because my grandma is my inspiration as well. So, and that's so ironic. I remember we were in when you were in my class and we were talking about things that was very similar. And and that's what the CEO district it seemed like it's all about. It's somebody that you can connect with some type of way that understands you. Right. No matter where you are, no matter whether whether it's in your business, whether it's in your marital life, whether it's in your self-care, no matter what it is, it's somebody that can relate to somebody else.
That's so true.
And so, it is business week, and I just want to, I do want to, ask your advice on a few things because I know it's a lot of entrepreneurs that may be listening right now. What would you say is, as far as, the success you've had in your businesses, what would you say kept you motivated, like to keep pushing, because everything does not always start off, all good and roses and, fancy houses and cars and,
right.
large bank accounts, some things start at the very bottom. And so it's very easy to get discouraged and to quit a couple of years in because you don't see, what you envision for your business to be. And so how would you say, or what would you say kept you motivated or grounded to keep pushing?
Well, I would say just knowing that there was freedom. And when I say freedom, I used to work a 50-hour job, 50 hours a week. I had to be there. And if someone didn't come to work, I had to stay there. I made a lot of money for Taco Bell Corporation. And knowing that I just always had a business mind, I feel, as well. Like I said, when I went to college, I knew I wanted to have some kind of business. I didn't care if it was a shoe shine stand. I wanted a business.
Okay.
I knew that. And so I've even had businesses that failed. My girlfriend and I went to a catering business. I shouldn't say failed. That wasn't the right word. We quit. We stopped.
Right.
Sometimes we just do that still on the side. But the daycare center, when I ran a daycare center, the children were a joy. And sometimes, many cases, the parents were a nightmare. And I wanted to stop. I mean, I was like, this is getting on my nerve. But I would remind myself, you gave somebody else 50 hours a week of your time. And you had to clock in and out. You had to do all these things for someone else so you can do it for yourself. I think more than anything, what took it to the next level is when I got involved in real estate. Mm-hmm. Just seeing, and I am seeing that reward now. That's one of the things I want to encourage women. Everything is not going to happen today. Fast money is not always good money. You have to look at longevity. And I'm telling you, about 15, 20 years ago, my ex-husband and I started buying property, and I didn't see it then. But once I learned the business and learned what was going on, that when you buy a house for this particular amount of money, when I tell you I'm able to see the rewards now at 53, I had to tell my son that. He was like, well, I don't want to be in my 50s. I said, when I was 30, I wasn't thinking that way. But guess what? I'm able to do whatever I want to do today. So having a plan, knowing what you want to do for your family, how you want to live. Like, we used to take vacations, and I remember my husband would say, some people have to charge their whole vacation on a credit card, and then they go on a nice vacation, then they have to work to pay that credit card off. We made sacrifices.
Yeah,
we made a lot of sacrifices. Like, we went without cable. We went without a whole lot to get that plan. We even went on a spending fast, and always knowing that there was a reward at the end. That's what really made the difference to me. And once I was able to resign, I think my son was 3 years old. I was able to resign from my job, and he's turning 20. He just turned 25. So, to be able to leave and stick it out, just knowing you're doing it for you and for your family, or as Kelly says a lot, you're leaving a legacy, having that legacy there.
Right.
It makes a difference. When I see businesses that says started in 1925, somebody had to keep that going. Somebody had to keep that moving on, and we see it now. But I think that makes a big difference, just having that sacrifice and knowing that there is definitely a reward in the end.
Right.
I say people want the peak, but they hate climbing.
Come on.
Get to the mountaintop, but you have to climb to get there. You have to work. You can't expect everything to just happen overnight. It takes time.
Listen, I'm sure a living witness. So, and one of the things that you said that stood out was the sacrifice part. And, some people don't want to sacrifice. And sacrifice is just not always a financial sacrifice. Like, you have to sacrifice your time. You got to be dedicated to what it is that you're trying to do. And, if you want to be successful in it. And it's good to have a partner that you can do it with, and you can see it happening. But, even for those that are not, we got a lot of single women in the CEO district as well, just having a plan, as she said, when you got a plan and you don't try to rush it, and you take your time and develop the plan, and you educate yourself. You get in classes like Miss Florence is offering, or the CEO Academy is offering, so that you continue to invest in your craft and, and your brand and your business as you continue to grow. And sometimes it may not be the fact that you want to start your own business. You may just want to have you may want to take it all the way to the top in the business that you're in, but you need to stand out from the rest of those individuals that, let's just be real, that, you're in competition with, because it's a competitive game when you're working for a corporation. It's always somebody else waiting in line to take your position. So it's like you have to continue to educate yourself so that you can know how to handle yourself out in the business world, because, not everybody is designed to start a business. Some people don't mind working the job that they went to school to work, And so, you got nurses out here that, are living really good lives, and they still have to continue. Things are happening every day. Just like when COVID-19 hit. Just think about how, you've gone through all these years in nursing or in the medical field, and this new thing comes out. So everybody has to learn this thing inside and out, because it's inevitable that it's gonna come across your workload. So, when you think about that, it's like you got to be mentally in a space to receive a change. You got to be willing to invest in your education to continue to grow. And you got to have some type of direction or plan for not just your career path, but also for your personal life.
Right. I think it's important, even if it's like you said, whether it's an entrepreneur or your personal life, you should never stop educating yourself. And I know several of us who were in our 50s, we were in a call with Angela Lewis, and we were saying what in the world, we just started doing this. So I try to tell younger women or younger people, period, you want to learn. It's life beyond college. Even if you choose not to go to college, you don't ever want to stop learning. You can learn on YouTube. Take a class, take a side class. It's so many things that's out there, and it's nothing but it's a lot of information. So it's there for the taking. So it's unfortunate when people don't learn. You have to look at what your strengths are and your weaknesses and focus on improving those weaknesses. That's there's no way to do that without learning or without practicing.
Yes, most definitely. And before we get off here, it's almost 8 o'clock. But before we get off, if you could just like narrow it down to maybe three key things that any woman that's looking to like advance in their business and be profitable in their business, not just have a business, a famous business that people know about because they see it, but to actually make money from their business. If you can narrow it down, like how do we make money from our businesses? Because everything that we're passionate about is not always money making.
Right.
It may be meant to be our ministry. And so we're trying to align it with purpose, and we're trying to put that thing into profit, and not everything that we're just passionate about is going to make us money. It may be just meant to be a ministry. So women in business that are struggling right now, what can you leave with them to make their business more profitable?
Well, first I want to say one thing about nonprofit. Nonprofit does not mean you don't make any money. That's one of the biggest myths that's out there. There's money in nonprofit organizations. There's grants. You have to write grants. You have to dig. You have to research. There are millionaires, billionaires looking to get tax write-offs, looking to give money away. So just because you're a nonprofit doesn't mean you don't make money. So that's one thing that people that choose to go into nonprofit, they really want to look into that. But when it comes to making money, business definitely centered around money. But I think what's most important is what you do with what you make. I mean, I know somebody that made it on a $20,000 salary, $20,000 a year salary, doing well, purchase cars, purchase a house. You have to get your finances in order. I think that's one of the finances is just a big topic for me. That's one of the most important things. When you're in business, you have to make sure you're managing that money right. It's not just what you make, it's what you do with what you make. And a lot of times, if you can't handle your personal finances, then how are you going to handle your business finances?
Come on.
More than anything, it's what you do. I mean, you have to be a good steward over what God has blessed you with in terms of that, in terms of the finances coming in. But if it's a ministry, I believe that if that's something that God has given you and you feel it's your vision, your God-given talent, God will show you the way. And like I said, ministry, you never know who you will meet. That's one of the biggest things that people don't realize. I had a lady in my class she was a pastor, and she did not want to be a pastor in a church wall anymore. She wanted to be out. And she just has this voice that's like a Tabitha Brown voice. It's just amazing. And so I was telling her, just do what God has blessed you to do with. Just speak. And that's what she does. And you get paid for doing the speak. And you get paid for doing what, God has done and put in your life. That's just so important, just knowing. I tell people sometimes businesses are not always, this is my passion, this is my dream. That's one of the things I tell the people in my class. The business that you're operating now may not be your passion, may not be your dream. But if you're faithful over a few things, he said he'll make you rulers over many.
Come on, talk to the people, talk to us.
Just be faithful in what you're doing, because that one job, I never expected in my life to get into real estate. Never. I never thought about it, dreamed about it or anything. But that one door that was open and doing what I had to do is the reason I don't have to go to anybody's job anymore.
Listen.
I never intended on doing that.
Listen.
But that one venue can pave the way for you to be able to do what you want to do. So be faithful. I have a very good friend. We meet once a month, and she's like, I hate my job. She said, I can't stay on the job for a year. I want to open up my own business. And I'm just looking at her like, faithful. If you're faithful over what you're doing, you hate your job and you can't stay on the job for a year. How you gonna open the business and be faithful to your clients? It's not gonna change just because it's yours.
Right.
You have the right mindset and do unto others as we would want them to do unto us. And I said, what's gonna happen when you get some employees? What if God bless your business and you get employees that feel like you? How are you gonna do that? So we have to be faithful.
Look, I think you need to get out of my business.
Wait, you trying to say you can't stay on the job for a year? Let me encourage you.
No, but
no,
listen.
While you there, do what you got to do while you there.
Really though,
That's it.
seriously, true statement, true story. Listen, I'm new to Atlanta, so what's up, AC? Yeah, your girl is here. And so, now I used to teach and I taught for like 6 years. And so I'm like, you know what? Sometimes when you're new to the city, you got to get out here, you got to network, you got to meet some new people so you can gain some more clientele. Because the type of work I do is like I give it to you and you go be great. So I got to get out here and I got to network with more people. And I had taken this job at a school, and I'm like, I don't know. But listen, and I got a testimony. I don't really want to speak on it right now, but it's coming. But let's just say that job got me in the door. That's number one.
Right.
Then on top of that, I decided to do something else for some extra income. And that put a testimony on top of the testimony.
Okay.
And it was something that I did not want to do. Did not fought it, went against it, and God blessed me immediately.
Right.
Immediately, because I did not want to do it, but it needed to be done because it was a setup. And so I've been shouting all week, so I don't know why you was in my business tonight.
Well, that's great. I mean, just think about it. It's a time and a purpose for everything under the sun.
Right.
You never know.
You
was in the right place at the right time.
All the time.
I know when you asked earlier about the three things, I know one thing I would love to say to the ladies is in our businesses, we want to make money, we want to manage the money, and then we want to multiply the money. That's just so important. You don't want to just spend. Notice I didn't say spend up the money. You want to manage the money. And I think that's so important. That's just crucial that we live in a society where everybody wants everything now. And delayed gratification, sometimes it's totally worth it. Just depends on what it is. Sometimes
that's good.
Yeah, it's okay. We got to make the right life choices, borrowing and spending, or do we want to save and invest,
Right.
Play now, pay later, or pay now and play later. It's all worth it just to take a step back and not be in such a rush, not chase the dollars, chase the dreams.
So give us those three in that outline again.
Oh, the manage and the multiplying the money.
Listen, let me put that down here so somebody may have a notepad out.
Yes, when it comes to money, you want to make the money.
You want to make the money.
You want to manage the money.
Listen,
and then
manage the money.
Then you want to multiply the money.
And you want to multiply the money. You want to make it. You want to make it, manage it, and multiply.
I didn't say spend it. Some people just ready to spend. You get somebody bless you with a coaching job, you get $2,000 and you go to the mall. No,
there it is.
Let that $2,000 turn it into something else. What can you invest that $2,000
into? Turn it
2 into 4, and then the 4 into 8. It's a matter of managing and multiplying those funds. So that's real crucial.
Listen, make it, manage it, multiply it.
Multiply it.
And I'm glad you said that on the end, because I've seen this done so many times. I'm guilty of doing it myself at times. Instead of taking what you make and reinvesting it in your product, and and being patient to see your revenue, but having what you need in the process is a huge nugget that please take in, ladies. Please don't go out and you make that big. You had that awesome workshop because you made 10K in 1 month, and so you dropped this workshop and then you hit it and you got it, and then you went out and you did not build on it.
That's so true. I have a good friend. It's my last little friend story. She purchased several homes. Now, in this market, rent is sky high. She rented out her home she was living in. She moved in a room, renting a room from somebody else. so that she can make those dollars. And it's like she's going to win when it comes to this. Who leaves their house? Now she's single, so she don't have children and all. Who leaves their house and rents it out and goes and gets a room? Somebody that want their future to be secure. And I in her for that. I'm like, girl, now most people wouldn't do that. They'd be out here trying to, no, I'm not giving up my space. No, she moved into a room while she renting out her house, making money, letting somebody else pay her mortgage off. I'm like, now that's making the money. That's definitely managing it, and it's sure enough multiplying. It's sure enough she's gonna be able to buy another property soon. So that's managing and multiplying, definitely.
That real estate, the real estate is really profitable.
Oh yes,
it's very profitable. I got my eyes on that in the future, and another big thing is the Airbnb business.
Oh yes, definitely.
So, when you're thinking long term, you're thinking wealth, you think about passing something down, you got to think of things that are residual.
Yeah, so you can't go wrong with the real estate. Can't go wrong.
Oof. So, listen, so back to the nonprofit. So, when is the next class? And, if anybody is interested in, how do they get in touch with you?
Okay, well, I can be reached. I'm on Instagram and Facebook at I am Florence Latrice. I have a class starting in July. It's a 4-week class, and it's focusing more on entrepreneurs that are already in place, business longevity. And then in August, our nonprofit will be teaching a class, and that will be the middle of August. But they can just reach out to me at Florence. I am Florence Latrice.
All right. I am Florence Latrice, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all reach out to her on Facebook. It's Florence Latrice as well, right?
Yes.
So yes, definitely make sure y'all reach out to Miss Florence. Y'all, listen, while I got her on here, it is my sole priority to get Florence to dance at the next meetup we have, and I'm gonna put her on the camera because once I get it's up, y'all. It is up.
So funny.
It is stuck. I've been telling her daughter I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her, and she gonna dance, y'all, and she gonna turn up with the Hype Me Up Queen, and y'all gonna see it because I know she can turn up. Because when I put that music on, and then I get all hype. Look the bop, y'all.
It's so funny.
I told y'all I gonna get a bop.
That's right.
Get a bop. So thank y'all again for tuning in to Hype Me Up Friday. It's been a joy on here with you tonight, Florence. We got to do this again. And listen, we'll be reaching out to you real soon.
All righty. Well, I'm glad you're in the ATL
Go
now.
on, Bob, right quick. I told y'all. All right. So have a good evening,
y'all.
Thank
you so much.
Have an awesome Friday, awesome weekend. Make sure you do something for yourself on this week, Self-Care Saturday. Make sure y'all tune in next week. Listen, it is up from here on out, ladies. Y'all have an awesome night, and we'll talk to you all another time. I am out, and this is Hype Me Up Friday with your girl, K. Marie.